Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku.co and Forex Trading TV Daily FX Market Minute for March 26th. Firstly, Euro US dollar. Sellers coming in, price rejected from 138.32, trading through the Kijun-sen support, potential support down to the bottom of this zone, which is around the 137.60 level. If we break out to the downside below there, looking to support at 137.11. US dollar Japanese yen, another spinning top type candle in a downtrend, suggesting indecision in this market, but more importantly, for the sixth consecutive trading day, the market's been rejected from the cloud, from the Ichimoku cloud, and also from the or above the Kijun-sen indicator. So a market that finds it difficult breaching that 102.47 level, finding support once again at the Tenkan-sen. So a market that has close by resistance but close by support, looking for the market to trade down through that Tenkan-sen to find support at 101.65. Next to the Aussie dollar, US dollar, buyers have come in strongly, good solid upside momentum, finding some resistance at 92.21, unable to close above there. If we see early follow through, we could see this market trading up to 92.78. Bullish in all three time frames, suggesting that if this market does come off, we will find support at 91.60 and then look for the buyers to come back in. And just looking here at standard deviation, how it's still trending up, suggesting that there is continued upside in this market in terms of this uptrend. And we had a volatility cyclical low for the previous couple of weeks, and then the market ticking up in terms of volatility. We will be finding a peak in volatility at some stage, and we see if this volatility just does start to tick down. US dollar Swiss franc, and a close above the 88.31 level has been resistance for the past couple of candles. Very strong rejection from there. Potential for this market to trade up to 88.88, but the buyers have lost some commitment as they were trading up above the 88.49 level. Now bearish in the in the long-term time frame, bullish in the medium and fast-term time frames. Potential for this market to trade lower, but very solid support below here. Aussie dollar Japanese yen, bullish in all three time frames with Ichimoku. Some expected resistance coming in above the 94.40 level, was the previous swing high, and we can see the large shadow representing rejection. The momentum in net terms is still with the buyers, but the buyers have lost commitment and they've lost control of this market, so potential for a change of trend if the trend does change. First support below 93.20 is at the Tenkan-sen at 93. Pound sterling Japanese yen, and here incredibly for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th consecutive trading day, we've seen the market find resistance at the top of the cloud and support at the bottom of the cloud, and it really is quite amazing that the market is doing that within the Ichimoku area. In terms of moving forward, however, this cloud becomes very thin, and at the moment, as we're seeing this current candle develop, it is breaking out to the downside below the cloud. The Tenkan-sen is holding a support at the moment at 168.71. If we see a bearish breakout down below there and down below the lows here, we could see this market trading down to around the 166 level. Next, Euro Canadian dollar, and here we're seeing a bearish close down below the important 153.72 level of support, previous resistance. The market is still bullish in the long-term time frame, obviously a very strong uptrend, and pulling back now and finding support at the Kijun-sen. If we look at the past three occasions the market's pulled back, we've found support there and we've seen buyers coming in. That is crucial to this market. If we see a bearish close down below that Kijun-sen, it will herald potentially a significant change in the medium-term sentiment, and we could then see this market trading lower. 151.98 is important support for this market. If the buyers come back in, however, potentially strong resistance now at 153.72. Next, moving to the Euro Aussie dollar, and here we've seen some very substantial follow through after the breakout down below the Ichimoku cloud. Bearish in all three time frames. Tested the support at 150 yesterday, and importantly for today's trading, we've broke out with a very solid bearish candle to the downside. Sellers in control, very strongly committed. Ticker span is below the corresponding price action, so it's confirming strong negativity in this market. Now the trouble here is that if we look at the extension of the size of these bodies, they become larger and larger, and now we have an extreme body. Very often when we have this extreme, market tends to take a rest. So some sort of congestion here wouldn't surprise. Even a potential rally to the 150 level, and I'd expect to see resistance come in at 150 now. We will look, however, to this low, the current low, as a bellwether for this market in terms of continuing the trend to the downside. If we do see very strong bearish activity down below there, we could see the market trading down to 148. But I expect that we've just done a little bit too much too soon. We're likely to see a rally and then the market come back in with the sellers selling off down to lower levels perhaps over the next few days. But very much a bearish market in all three time frames, including the short-term dynamics here, and some sort of a break in this selling wouldn't surprise.